Tonight on the Mac to the Future Livecast, it won't be Hamilton. I swear to God, it's not going to be Hamilton. But Apple, who knows? It could be. Apple ups the stake in their little tiff with Epic Games by saying if they don't remove the out-of-app purchasing option for in-app purchasing, they'll remove their developer's license. So, yeah, you know. And new iOS and iPad betas are out there for all of your risky downloading fun. All of that tonight and more in the Mac to the Future Livecast Go. I have no idea what's going to happen. And hello, everyone. Welcome to another Mac to the Future Livecast Go, or Go Livecast. I'm never quite sure how that works. I am one of your humble hosts, Guy Searle, and also with me tonight is Mr. Warren Sklar. How are you, Warren?
I am good. Actually, I'm buying a wall charger for my Tesla as we speak because it just became available. So I'm gonna have to get my credit card very soon.
You know, this is the weird thing. All right, before we do anything else, here's the thing.
Yeah.
For some reason, you say wall charger for a Tesla. I'm picturing you being inside your house, holding the car up and like putting it on the wall with two little tiny prongs sticking out of the bottom, and you've got to somehow line that up with the plug. Yeah, these are the things that go through my head. Dave,
I'll be right back. You talk.
How are you, Dave?
I'm doing well, thanks. Boy, that pre-show was
Oh, you're frozen again.
Am I frozen?
Yeah, you're frozen. I don't know what's going on.
Oh my god.
There's like all kinds of. Please, Warren, please do not bring like Hamilton soundtracks over or anything like that.
Frozen?
No, you're up and working again, so that's a good thing.
Yes.
Okay, Marcus says he's embarrassed for everyone else.
I'm back.
Okay.
My wife said she's awesome.
Wi-Fi.
Okay.
You've got is this the link to your microphone?
Yeah, I want everybody to buy it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. We have a jam-packed show tonight, guys. We really have a lot of stuff to talk about. But we're gonna start off as we are wont to do. Over there in quick takes, which Mr. Ginsburg was kind enough to fill out for me because I was a lazy slob and didn't do it myself. So, okay, you're frozen again. I don't know what's up with your setup tonight, Dave.
I don't know.
I mean, it's not a bad look, you know. you look very concerned about something. We're not quite sure what it is you're concerned about.
Wow.
He's worried about the colonists leaving, fighting Britain, I think.
Well, I would definitely be worried about that too.
Ungrateful
All right.
colonists.
Am I freezing?
We're gonna start off. Let's see, hundreds of iPhones with Fortnite already installed flood eBay with some with $4,300 bids. When Apple removed the app from the store, did that also remove it from everyone's phone, or you just couldn't buy it anymore?
You couldn't download it anymore. It's still on your phones.
Okay, so all of these people that are somehow, for whatever reason, willing to pay $4,300 for a phone because it has a game on it.
Oh,
just go get an Android phone. Okay, you can still buy an Android phone, high quality Android phone. If that's all you want is Fortnite, go buy a damn Android phone, side load it outside of the Google Play Store, and then you'll have it for a hell of a lot less than whatever these idiots on eBay are going to try to charge you. Wait, what the hell is an abs whistle? Is that like some kind of exercise for you, like instead of doing sit-ups? I'm sure Marcus will tell us before the night is done. So what do you guys think about this? These $4,300 iPhones.
I just caught the story. Can you hear me?
Here's the thing. iPhones aren't supposed to hit $4,300 until September of 2025. Okay.
Right.
Then they'll be at 2,500 or 4,300. Not yet. Go ahead.
Who's first?
Dave is Frozen. Dave is first.
Frozen.
I'm gonna have to switch. I'm gonna have to switch browsers when we get through this. It's crazy. Who the hell is gonna why is Fortnite that valuable that someone wants to have an iPhone so they can keep Fortnite? I mean, I know these people are crazy enough as it is. I had this debate yesterday when I was on Mac Voices Live with Josh Centers. It's just crazy how much money people spend on this
show
Fortnite.
Is that?
Chuck Joyner.
Chuck Joyner, I know that name.
Mac Voices.
He joins people together.
Yes.
I'm kidding, Chuck. I'm kidding.
And he was right. It's crazy how these parents pay thousands of dollars for all these backgrounds, and I'm not a gamer. I don't play Fortnite, but for someone to want to spend this kind of money just to be assured that they have Fortnite on an iPhone, crazy.
Yeah, and here's most of these V-Bucks, which Gaz and I were talking about this on last week's My Mac podcast. These V-Bucks.
What podcast was that?
The mymac.com podcast. Yeah. You can find that in the podcast app on your Mac or on your phone or really almost anywhere. We're universal.
Yeah.
So you're absolutely right.
Yeah. No, you listen to the show. Very good.
I do. Yeah.
And basically what this stuff is good for is to make your character look different than other people who are basically playing the same character. So you have like different shirts and maybe you'll have a different shovel or whatever the weapon is. But you can't, according to what I've kind of been checking on, you can't really get an advantage using V-Bucks over any other way to play the game. It's mostly just aesthetics.
Right. Yes. That's how the games are.
So why spend $4,300 or tell you what, let's say it's not $4,300. Let's say it's $2,200, which is still ridiculous. Why spend that kind of money when you could just get an Android phone to just play this game for a hell of a lot less?
I have 2 words for you.
Yeah.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Angry Birds. No, that's not it. Flappy Bird. That's the one.
Flappy Bird, yes.
Do you remember that? Do you remember when he took Flappy? So the story was this guy made Flappy Birds. He made so much money and like he got burned out and he removed it. And people were doing the same thing. They were putting these phones that had Flappy Birds on like eBay. People were buying them for like double what they were costing. And then, I think like 6 months later, he put it back in the store. So whatever. So yeah, they're dumb. So Fortnite's going to come right back and it will come back in and all these people will be silly with
a lot of money.
Yeah.
All right. Well, exactly. we'll have more on the Epic Applegate. That's what I'm going to call it, the Epic Applegate.
I went to school with somebody named Applegate.
Really, Christina?
Yeah. Christina?
No, she's far off. Yeah.
She was a hottie.
I did date her though, but it wasn't Christina.
Oh, it was some other Applegate.
It was a different Applegate. Yes.
Apple renames Beats One to Apple Music One and launches 2 more radio stations. So does this mean that Beats as a online brand is going to go away, Dave?
It's very possible. I mean, I think that they're just going across the board and doing a lot of rebranding, and they changed music, and they're just going to remove the Beats name, and they already started it with their talking about creating buds that are going to be named with Apple's name on it instead of Beats. So I think Beats' name is the days
why?
numbered.
I mean, how much did they spend to get that brand?
Billions.
Well, I'm sure they made their money back from that, already.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they
And
sure
people and everybody's still going to know that the headphones are still Beats, and from what I'm reading, they really improved. They really improved them too from where they were. The quality is a lot better. So I think people are fairly comfortable with what Apple has done with them.
Okay. Well, I mean, I, I've got the AirPods. This is the first gen AirPods, and I've yet to see a compelling reason to replace them. Though I have actually, you know what? You forgot to put this in the notes. I did buy something today.
did. Yes, you did.
I heard.
I bought a 2018 Apple iPad Pro, 512 gigs of storage, 4G connectivity, and it's going to replace my first gen iPad Pro that had, I think, 128 gigs of space. So I'm looking forward to that. I also got the the Bridge keyboard with a trackpad. Now it's not the fancy one that from Apple that you guys have.
I don't know about that.
There's a Logitech one out that's even cheaper.
There's a Logitech that got better reviews than the Bridge and it's cheaper.
Really? Okay. Well,
I would
too late
consider
now.
it's absolutely not too late. Where'd you order from?
B&H.
Yeah, that's you just go on their website and change it out. They're fine. Yeah, they haven't shipped it yet, so it's definitely not too late.
It's
I would
going to be
consider
here
it.
Saturday or no Friday. It's going to be here on Friday.
I'm sure you could. It's up to
Well,
you, but
if you would have ordered it on Friday, you would have been able to because of the Jewish
Right,
holidays. So
right. They shut down for.
Yeah.
I almost said they shut down for Lent.
it's Shabbos. that would be
Yeah,
Shabbos.
because that's Shabbos. Yeah, that's it. Because that's exactly the same thing. It's exactly
the it got good reviews, the Logitech one. So
yeah, it did.
you may want to consider exchanging it out. The Bridge got fairly bad reviews at first, and then they put a firmware update on it that made it a little bit better. So,
No, we'll see.
Yeah.
If I don't like it within a couple of weeks, I'll send it back. I'll keep all the packaging. All right,
Yeah.
Oracle is seriously considering acquiring TikTok. So, I get now. What is with TikTok? It's these little short video snippets, right? And what's the limit? What's the time limit on these things?
No idea. I think I've watched it once personally.
Yeah, it's a millennial, younger generation thing than us. And the fact that it's all tied back to the Chinese government kind of makes me go, do I really want to use this service? But
6 seconds. Wait,
no, it's got to be longer.
15 seconds.
15 seconds. Okay.
But users could string them together and make them up to 60 seconds, is what they're saying.
Well, not for me. I can barely work my way through Twitter's limitations, much less a video app. By the time it's like, is this thing on? Is it? Oh, my time is done. I'm sorry. You didn't get to see this cool thing that I was going to do. So, yeah. And there's also, what is it? WeChat?
Yeah.
That's the other one that, and I actually saw a story. This is, we don't have this in the show notes. I saw a story talking about a potential WeChat ban that Apple could lose 90% of all purchased iPhones in China because WeChat would go away. It's like, it's not going to go away in China. And if you can't use WeChat here in the States, 90% of people of Chinese background aren't just going to throw their phones away because they can't use WeChat. It's the sensationalist stories. It just makes me crazy. All right. Apple launching This is interesting. Apple launching discounted $9.99 per month CBS All Access and Showtime bundle for Apple TV Plus subscribers. Have either one of you signed up for this?
No. But I find it to be interesting that this is really starting to be a big trend. I mean, they're trying to bundle. I mean, this is on the heels of the potential of, well, they're calling it Apple One, where they're going to be bundling all the services like news and arcade.
I really want that.
Yeah, I think. I subscribe to all the services anyway, so I'm interested to see what kind of discount we're going to get. when it comes to that. But no, I think that was smart on CBS's part because CBS owns Showtime as well, and getting subscribers to Showtime is not easy. People don't want to spend the $10 and $15 a month for to having Showtime access. So
Well,
why not?
and there's more to it than that.
You got the CBS All Access, but of course, it's got your favorite shows, Star Trek Discovery too. So
have you seen Lower Decks yet?
I have not.
It's a cartoon, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of like hardcore Star Trek fans are like super down on it.
Yeah,
I have thoroughly, well, it's, going off topic.
Like we ever
Discovery and Picard have left such a bad taste in Star Trek fans' mouths, people that have followed the show for a long time, that it didn't really matter what the current creative team with CBS and Paramount came out with. They were predisposed to hate it no matter what it was. And now Discovery, in my opinion, there are people who really like the Star Trek Discovery. I am not one of them.
Marcus does.
Well, Marcus is welcome to Star Trek Discovery.
You can have your own opinion on that.
Yeah. All right. Well, he likes the new animated show. So don't know about Discovery with Marcus, but he does like Lower Decks.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the anime show. My apologies.
Oh no! I like Lower Decks. Discovery couldn't stand it. The whole thing behind it was making me crazy. And then Picard came out, and from the very first episode, where if for people who haven't seen the show, it's this girl is with her boyfriend, and these guys come in and kill the boyfriend. They try to kill her. She suddenly goes all friggin' Bruce Lee on him and kills all them. She runs and for whatever reason has to find Jean-Luc Picard, finds him out in this somewhere, and they're on their way to Starfleet when they're attacked again, and she's attacked, stabbed, and explodes. Picard, who is this man in his late 80s, is caught in the explosion and gets blown backwards, and then immediately stands up after the explosion. It's like, come on.
He dies in Wolverine, or not Wolverine.
No, well,
X-Men. Yeah.
No, Logan.
Logan. He dies in Logan. That
Spoilers.
Yeah, it was sad.
But yeah, and they were both so bad that when they announced Lower Decks, I think there were a lot of people who were like, it could have been Disney animation written by the Shakespeare and Ernest Hemingway, and they still would have hated it. It's like new Star Trek, hate it. But I was willing to give Discovery a chance. I gave Discovery half a season of chances, and then even watched the second season hoping it was going to get better. I watched all of Picard and started cringing from about halfway through. Now, Lower Decks, I was still willing to give it a chance. It was like, okay, it could be fun. And so far, it's been fun. I've enjoyed it. And none of this has anything to do with Apple or technology or anything else, but damn it, I like Star Trek. Okay, we're not even out of the quick takes yet, and we're already 20 minutes into this show. What the hell is up with that? Yeah. But what I was going to say about the bundling service that we were talking about a half hour ago, there's two versions of CBS All Access. There's the paid version with ads, which I think is so stupid. And then there's the no ad version, which is like $3 or $4 more. So I think the no ads version of CBS All Access is like $10.
Right.
So basically for that same price, not only do you get CBS All Access with no ads, but you also get Showtime. And they say it's going to be for however long you have your Apple TV subscription. But since Apple doesn't control CBS and doesn't control Showtime, we'll see how long that lasts.
So you're paying $4.99 for your Apple TV Plus, plus you're going to pay your $9.99 for Showtime and CBS All Access.
Right. And then whatever else I end up subscribing to. Because I'm sure there'll be my wife will be like, I have got to see the Bigfoot shows. I can't watch the Bigfoot shows because I don't have cable TV anymore. You took away cable TV. So it's like, okay, History Channel or whatever channel has the Bigfoot shows. Because I love my wife and I will give her the monster shows that she deserves. All right, Apple becomes first public company to reach a $2 trillion market cap. Stock closed at $463 a share. Wow.
Booyah.
Doomed.
Doomed. Totally doomed.
They're doomed. Everybody keeps saying Apple's doomed.
And, if you had, let me tell you guys something. If you'd bought one share of stock in 1998, that would be now worth 2, 4, 8, 56, 224 shares for a single share at $12 that you'd bought in 1998.
That's
Or it will be once they do this 4-for-1 split. It'll be 224 shares for one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
It is. And it'll be nice when I get my 401 split and it sits pretty in my 401k, so I'm happy.
Yeah, I don't have any Apple stock, and
We could all retire.
Sad.
I have some.
I'm very sad about
I should have bought Bitcoin though when I was hot.
Oh, well, I've got someone introduced to you.
Yeah, you should have sent him.
All right, no. All right, Ted Lasso. We're moving on. Ted Lasso is actually good, says Warren Sklar.
That's right. That's me.
Tell us about it.
So Ted Lasso, I had no idea what it was, but I heard somebody talking about it on a podcast, and
That's
it's
the guy
fun.
from
Saturday Night Live. Andy Sudeikis is his name. Is that him? Yeah, that sounds right.
Wasn't he in like Community or one of those other weird quirky shows?
Oh, Andy Sudeikis. There he is. He
It
was
sounds like
from
you're saying really bad words.
Sudeikis. He was he's been in a couple of things that I can't find right now. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Horrible Bosses. We're the Millers. That was funny. Remember that? That was a good movie. That's where I know it from. Horrible Bosses. He was in Horrible. Anyways, it's cute. It's about him. He's like a
football coach in England, isn't he?
He coaches American football in the United States, and they send him over to London to coach a professional soccer team. And it's funny, and I lived in London for a bit, so it's like the whole American living in London kind of jokes, like making fun of British things that nobody else understands.
Well, the British do.
Well, the British do, but the American people like he had a bowl. He was pouring a bowl of cereal, like shredded mini wheats. Shredded mini wheats.
Yeah.
And he pours out pours a box out, and one big brick out front of wheat comes out, because that's how
he was expecting the mini wheats, right?
Well,
what is that? Weetabix, I think they call it over there.
Yeah, Weetabix is different, but they also have the one big. They have these like huge things that you break up. It's just funny, so it's cute. They're on the third. They released 3 initially, and they're easy to watch. So I'm going to continue on with that.
Yeah, the biggest problem I had when I was in England was trying to keep myself from getting run over by cars by looking down the wrong way of the street as I went.
They do that too. They make fun of that too.
Oh, did they? See, now I got to watch this show.
Definitely. If you have been an American in London, then you need to watch it. It's basically the running joke of it. Okay. And it's on Apple TV. So this is an
perfect combination right there.
This is an Apple TV show.
Are you frozen, Dave?
I've been frozen. I don't know what.
Oh, okay. Well, but you look happy now. You don't look pensive.
I'm gonna keep a smile on my face the whole time. So when it freezes,
it's a good look. It's a good look.
At least you can hear me, so that's all.
We can. So we're gonna move on to the main stories. Apple appears to be through playing games with Epic. You like what I did there? All right. Apple is warning Epic that if they don't remove their modifications for violating the App Store payment processes, the company will remove Epic's developer account in 2 weeks. Apple claims Epic created this problem themselves that would be resolved if they would revert the app back to what is agreed upon by all developers when they created their accounts. The lawyers are being warmed up for the inevitable court battle. There's a statement here by Apple. Let me read this real quick. The App Store is designed to be a safe and trusted place for users and a great business opportunity for all developers. Epic has been one of the most successful developers on the App Store, growing into a multi-billion-dollar business that reaches millions, or used to, of iOS customers around the world. We very much want to keep the company as part of the Apple developer program and their apps on the store. The problem Epic has created for itself is one that could be easily remedied if they would submit an update of their app that reverts it to comply with the guidelines they agreed to and which apply to all developers. We won't make an exception for Epic because we don't think it's right to put their business interests ahead of the guidelines that protect our customers. So let's start with Mr. Ginsburg. What do you think about all this, Dave?
Yeah, this is crazy stuff here. I just can't believe that Epic is pulling this. They obviously played a game from the beginning. They knew what they had this all planned out because they went ahead and pulled the nonsense with the payment process, and Apple caught it right away, and then they said you're gone if you don't remove it. And minutes later, they have a lawsuit filed, and then minutes later after that, they pulled the same thing with Google in the Google Play Store. Google yanked them too. They're suing Google. So it's just absolutely fishy. Why all of a sudden they decided to do this? They think this is their way of getting back at Apple because of their 30%. I mean, I seem to remember, what was it, last year or the year? This it wasn't this year. Last year at WWDC, he was on stage. Epic Games was like they're previewing their games, and they seemed like they were happy with Apple, and all of a sudden, because of this whole thing that's been going on with the App Store policies and the way Apple does things, they decide, oh, this is our way of doing it. I think it was just crazy.
Yeah, and don't forget that besides Fortnite, there's also the Unreal Engine.
Yeah, the Unreal Engine was a big topic we talked about too, right? Yeah, if that gets pulled, if they lose their developer account, then it's gonna pull everything. It's gonna just
there's a lot of games that are gonna suddenly stop working.
It's gonna paralyze them. It's gonna paralyze Epic. It really is.
Whoops, sorry, need to hit Dave. There's Dave.
Yeah, it's gonna paralyze them. I mean, and now I know they filed a lawsuit to put an injunction against Apple from even allowing them to be able to have this ability to delete their developer account. So, just crazy.
Okay, Warren?
Yeah, I think by next week, Epic will not give up, but they'll agree to terms, and they'll get back in the store. From what I understand, they can do that still, and still continue with their lawsuit as well.
Sure.
There's no reason why they couldn't. So they'll probably say, okay, we're gonna, we'll follow the rules, and we'll Apple wants them to take out the payment system that they
right, where you can buy V-Bucks from within the app, but through Epic.
Right. So they need them to change that. So they'll probably change that, and they'll probably continue with the lawsuit. And I think the lawsuit really is just to stir the pot. I don't think they're, they just want people to side with them. And I think they figured it was a good time to do it because the whole hate thing happened. And, I think a lot of people started, questioning the 30%.
I don't know why. It's a retail store.
Because people don't want to give money to people that they don't want to give money to. I mean,
it's the companies that don't want to give it to Apple. But it's Apple's store. Apple is handling all the payments. Apple is handling all of, the links back to get the applications and all the rest of that. Advertising.
Oh, we know. No, I'm not. But I mean, they're trying to make money, and they're trying to make more money. So,
they would have had more leverage if they had done this last year when Fortnite was still like a huge. I mean, it's still a huge game, but they hit the top of the bell curve, and it's on a downswing now. So they don't have nearly as many dedicated dedicated players this year than they did last year. So maybe how much of this could also be them just trying to get their name back in it so that people will go, oh, Fortnite. Yeah, I remember. I used to play it all the time. Let me download it again. And here's the other thing. You can get V-Bucks separately from the iOS App Store. You can go right to Epic's website, buy V-Bucks, apply it to your account, use your character, use those V-Bucks right there in the game, in iOS, right there in the game. What you can't do is buy those V-Bucks outside of Apple's processes. Right. But you can go and get cards that have V-Bucks on them. You can get V-Bucks almost anywhere and apply them to your account.
Yeah, so what it means.
Yeah, so this whole thing of well, you're stifling our users from, being able to get this and get discounts on V-Bucks and all the rest. It's nonsense. You can get V-Bucks from other places. Yeah, it's complete BS.
But you got to remember, you're dealing with two big companies. Epic is no small potatoes company. Epic is a huge company. I mean, it's not as big as Apple, but they're up there in size. So you got two behemoths that are battling each other. Basically, what's happening? Apple obviously being the $2 trillion company, and Epic below them. But Epic's no small potatoes, small game developers. So they got their resources. So.
Well, there was a line that was in Serenity or Firefly. Now I can't remember what it was, but doesn't matter. Let's go on and we talked enough about TV shows and stuff today. There are new iPad and iOS betas, and here's a funny story. I saw this, and I have the beta, not on my phone, but I do have the betas on my iPad. So I was downloading it for that, and for whatever reason, I was sitting there thinking, well, I may as well get the new beta for the Mac OS too. And I'm going into the Mac OS and I'm like, come on, where's that update? Where's it? And finally I went back and I was reading the stories like, oh, there isn't one. So felt like an idiot.
There's one today. You had to wait. It came out about 3 hours ago.
Son of a bitch. Of course it did. So I didn't even have to tell that story and look stupid.
Yes. Catalina
just came out. Okay.
Yeah, it just came out. Big Sur beta.
Yeah, I put that on that MacBook Air. All right, so there's some new stuff in the beta, but not too much. You can adjust the number wheels in the clock app instead of entering the numbers manually. There's a taller Apple News widget option, privacy options for widgets that want to use location data. And I didn't realize this, but widgets can only use location data for a very short amount of time. And I guess they have that limited now to 15 minutes. Also, whether or not where you live has an app for COVID-19 exposure notifications. I need to check that for Virginia. Now this I don't understand this. There's an hidden album in Photos that appears now under Utilities.
Yeah, where do you see that? I'm looking at my.
Yeah, I tried to remember where that was too.
Yeah, if you go into Photos,
there's no Utilities. It's under General. It's under Settings, Photos. Yeah. It's under Settings and Photos in the Settings app, and there's something called Hidden Albums. It says, when enabled, the hidden album will appear in the Albums tab under Utilities. The hidden album is always available in the image picker. So it creates an album called Utilities. I'm turning it on. I'm seeing what it does.
I just turned it on too.
Yeah, I really don't get that. What's the point of that?
I don't see it. It didn't come on.
Well, obviously they have a few more things to tweak. Oh, Magoo, you've done it again.
You've done it again.
You've done it again.
Now my phone just blew up. No, it didn't blow up.
Oh, I hate when that happens. There's a few other tweaks to widgets and batteries.
Oh wait, it actually comes when you turn it on. Okay. It comes up as hidden. It doesn't come up as there's actually an album that says hidden.
There is
in there. Yeah? Okay, so
there it is. Yeah.
Well,
what is
the point of having an album called Hidden that everyone can see?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
You were originally able to hide photos. It just it had never had an actual folder location that you could do it. So yeah, I think this is still in the works here. We got to.
Yeah, but if somebody has your phone and they're like, "Ooh, let me look at this folder that's marked hidden," they're going to see all those pictures.
I don't.
Unless there's like some setting that says you have to put in your Apple ID number or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand what the point of that is. There's also an image showing how the AirPods spatial audio is supposed to work. I guess you can kind of move them around with your fingers or something. And that looks kind of nifty. If there was anything that would make me consider buying new AirPods, spatial audio, if there's enough content to make it worth it, might be one of those things.
You know what goes good with those new AirPods Pro?
A latte? What?
A brand new 12.9 inch iPad Pro.
That's going to be.
Well, actually, the deal with B&H, they also throw in for free a pair of Audio Technica earbuds, wireless earbuds.
Well, those are crap.
I have no idea.
You want AirPods?
Yeah, I wonder why I saw that on your list. Why?
No, Audio Technica doesn't have. Well, it was on there because they throw it in
because it's free. Yeah.
Yeah, it's free. So
eBay.
Well, it's not even really. I mean, who's gonna?
Who am I kidding? You're gonna add it to your collection of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, here's what I got. This is just to the side here. Okay.
More mics. See this? Mic after mic after mic after mic
after mic. This is the
Behringer.
This is the Behringer SB78A. This is a condenser microphone. Handheld.
Do any of them give you echo effects? That's the question.
No, but I can do that on my mixer, which if you had one, you'd know that.
Yes.
There's also the Rode M2. This is also a handheld condenser. And these are the microphones that I have in my mobile kit. This is the Sennheiser.
Oh, just like Warren, Sennheiser.
E835.
That's what I have.
Yeah, except you see that? What's that right there?
Yeah.
That's called an XLR.
XLR.
This one has it too. You're not going to hear me for a second. Wait, maybe a second.
As he unscrews it.
No, I'm not going to unscrew it.
Yeah, that's probably not a really good idea in the process of recording.
I think it's just a USB cable.
No, it's just a USB cable. And isn't it like attached to the microphone? No, Warren, that microphone is fine.
You could actually. It actually came on another cable where you could plug in a lightning connector to it. Seriously. That I can't find anywhere, so I could plug it in.
Well,
he is willing to share any of those mics that were in his hand. So,
can you hear me?
You just need an interface.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I have an interface. I told you this 100 times.
What is it?
It's a red thing that I bought with my guitar that I never.
Oh, the Focusrite.
Yeah, that's an interface.
Yeah. Would you want me to send you a microphone? I'll send you a microphone, dude.
I don't need a microphone. I got this one. This one still works. It's good. I'll just bring it with me.
Yeah. The one that has echo.
No good.
That's good for parties.
That's something you should put on. Yeah. Hey, girls, we'll be back to pick you up later.
Mr. Microphone.
I'm gonna hook both of them.
I can't believe this thing says it's good for YouTube videos, voiceover, and streaming.
Look at the reviews. It got almost 5 stars.
It blows my mind.
Because we can totally trust reviews on eBay.
Yeah. This is Amazon.
Of course, Amazon. Those are totally trustworthy. I love. It should be listed. It should be listed under fiction.
Maybe I did something wrong. I don't know.
No, there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. That's the one you did the review on, right?
No. That's the one I did the last show on.
Did you have to send that one back?
No, this is the one I did the review on. This is a good one. No, the one I bought on Amazon is the one that got good reviews.
Oh, the one with the echo effect?
Yes.
Echo.
It's made by Castries.
Yes.
Castries, the friendly microphone maker. Okay. You know what? We're going to move on from that because we're going down a rat hole that will just never end.
Anyways,
is there anything else? You guys have anything else?
Well, the beta for Big Sur came out a few hours ago. If you're a developer,
right.
I installed it and it looks the same. If you do install it, by the way, it's actually a strange install. It takes much longer to install it than normal.
A lot of changes this time around.
I haven't seen anything. I didn't get too long to play around with it, but I haven't seen much
See
changed.
how my parallels image goes and how long it takes to update it.
It
Still don't have some essential apps that work in Big Sur for me.
on the i9 MacBook, 16-inch MacBook, it took almost an hour and a half to do the update. So
Oh wow!
it's yeah,
It's like
it's
I know it's like the last update was 12 gigabytes.
well, this one was weird actually. This one, when I first went to update it, it was 12 gigabytes and it almost downloaded the entire package.
Internet.
And then I'm like, something's not right. So I canceled it and I waited a few minutes and then it downloaded the normal update, which was like 6 gigs or something like that. So, and people were saying that online. It's like, why is this? It wasn't even an update. It was like you downloaded the entire installer again. So you could, at that time, I was able to re-download the Big Sur actual installer, which you don't really need. So it is a weird install. It hangs on, the download happens and then it says preparing or something at the end, and it just takes forever. So just be aware.
You guys see this this comment from Marcus?
Yeah, he says that he uses hidden albums for silicon photos. Has done so for years. That's frightening.
And he's done dozens of 5-star Amazon reviews for free product.
Yeah, they
free,
put
but
it
it's
in.
Rock solid system.
I used to do the same thing actually. Then they got rid of. They stopped that. So they used to like give you free products.
Should never have started it.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing, because I know Tim Robertson, I don't know if he still does. There was some program that he was working under, where he would get stuff for review, from Amazon. But Tim has always been very forthright in his reviews. He wouldn't, if something was a piece of crap, he would say, I don't care if I got this for free. It's still a piece of crap.
And I did the same. To be honest with you, I did the same. When I review these things, I'm pretty honest. And they don't actually, when you got the free things, they didn't say you have to give us a 5-star review. They said you just have to review it.
Yeah.
No, but they just want you to review it, and if you give
because
it,
bribery, you can't do that. You can't admit to it anyway.
I mean,
all right.
There's a thing is, if you get something, if there's two people, one person gets it for free and the other person has to pay for it, the perception of the person who got it for free it's going to be better, for them, because they didn't have to pay for it. Your standards drop, and it's not like you're doing it on purpose or you're trying to be malicious. It's just how life, how the mind works.
You still want to get free stuff.
Yeah, but if you pay $100 for like a microphone and it's not terrible, it's okay, you're gonna give it a decent review. But if you pay nothing for a microphone that's okay and pretty decent, you'll give it a better review, just because you didn't have to shell out money for it.
Well, I think mic companies all over the world should be contacting me and sending me microphones.
Here,
this could be a side hustle for you.
Yeah.
Your mic. It says, I'm honestly amazed at all the good reviews in this mic. I can only conclude that they are fake or bribed.
Well, maybe I'll try it again tomorrow during our podcast, and I'll see how it goes.
Please don't.
Okay.
Yeah. No, the one you're using right now, where you're off about 6 inches from it, it actually sounds pretty good.
All right. I'll bring it. I won't bring the arm with me because there's a pain in the ass, but I'll bring them.
No, the arm is a good idea because it prevents a lot of bumps and.
I'm not carrying the whole thing to the beach with me. This is huge.
Oh, you're going to be at the beach tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You did last time, didn't you?
No, I just brought the stand and the mic.
All right.
Just be happy he doesn't have the Echo mic.
I still have it.
Please
no, you don't.
I didn't throw it away yet.
You can.
You can.
Gonna torture you guys with it. I wonder if I could return it. Anyhow.
You got like what, 2 weeks after you get it from Amazon to return it? Is it a month?
Yeah,
Okay.
but you have to. I threw away the box, but I think I could go to Kohl's and they'll take it back.
Yeah, just throw it in a bag.
Yeah, just wrap it in like cellophane, and drop it in a box.
They don't check it.
I'm gonna keep it for parties.
It basically goes into a great big box, and then they sell those boxes to other people that do they
Yeah,
they buy
refurbished.
these big boxes of return items on Amazon.
Right.
There are
10
actually
cents on the
people on
dollar.
YouTube that
I
have
know.
like YouTube shows
How to
based
do it.
on what they buy from like Amazon and these
Yeah. Oh
big
yeah. I
refurb
watched
boxes.
that. That was great. Look what I found. This was, and they don't know what they're getting. They just buy it.
Yeah,
And
no
it's a
idea. It's
crapshoot.
just a box.
It's like a crapshoot. It's like those like those storage
Almost like the
lockers.
pawn.
Like
Yeah,
the
or
storage
pawn
locker
stores.
one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, from the meh.
Storage Wars,
Yeah,
where they would be bidding on on
unseen.
ones that people that didn't pay their bills, so they auction it off, and they go in there and there's like nothing.
Just a load
Anyway.
of crap.
Yeah.
Speaking of loads of crap, we're going to end this show. So, Dave, if people wanted to get a hold of you, how would they do it?
They would do it by going to intouchwithios.com and the In Touch with iOS podcast. We have a nice guest coming on tomorrow when we record, Miss Brittany Smith, and it's going to be fun. And Warren will show up as long as he doesn't use that mic. And
I make no promises.
You had a puzzled look on your screen froze again, except it was like puzzled, like I don't know.
I don't know what's going on with this, but I mean, I look fine in our view, but it's freezing up on Facebook.
I won't use a mic if you don't use that camera. How's that?
That's the
camera's
camera
good.
you got.
I think I got.
And something else.
I'm
If people
kidding.
are looking for like streaming cameras, and there's a relatively inexpensive sports camera from a company called Akaso. It's the Akaso Brave 7 LE, I think is the name of it. But basically, you can take a USB cable, and the cool thing about the Brave 7, it not only does it have let me get to it.
Yeah, $139.
It not only does it have a touch screen on the back for doing settings and stuff, there's a little tiny screen on the front. So if you're doing like selfies or whatever, you can actually line up the camera with what it is that you want to look at and see
It's
what
a
the
fisheye
camera's
lens
looking
too.
at. Yeah. But you can, if you plug a USB cable into it and plug that into your Mac, you can use that in a lot of different programs as a webcam.
I heard
So
about
that's
that.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
Now the GoPros have done that for a while, but this is the first cheap sports cam that I've seen do that as well.
I
All right,
have
Warren,
yeah.
if people want to get a hold of you,
I'll be at the beach tomorrow. I'll be on the show with the beach. I'll bring
somewhere on the eastern
On the
side of the United States.
I'll bring my
Find him there.
mic, and we'll go from there. And
It'll be fun.
I'll be in my Tesla in a couple of weeks. So I'll be happy about that.
Nice.
Yes.
Well,
And,
we'll look for an iOS angled review for it. So
They're definitely, well, it doesn't have
it'll be on mymac.com. Thank you very much.
yeah, exactly.
we might have to add a little Tesla
mytesla.com.
a Tesla segment to the podcast, so I could tell you all about the tech in the car. So it's
That's
exciting,
what we
actually.
want.
Hey,
Why
it's
not?
tech related, and it's
All I've
cool.
been
It
able
is.
to do is
It
drive a
is.
Tesla
It's
once. So
it's certainly more tech related than me
It's-
talking about Star Trek Lower Decks.
And
It's
microphone.
it's an incredible car. I did get a chance that somebody at work let me drive his car, and I could not believe how powerful
Well,
it is.
this is one of the new ones. So this is it's the
It's
Y.
like instant acceleration.
Yes,
Well,
it's
You know,
crazy.
it's not like the
It was
engine
scary.
has to build up.
As soon as I tapped the accelerator, I'm like, whoa.
I got the one that's not even the performance one, and my wife almost got nauseous with me driving, accelerating. So
But doesn't she do that a lot?
accelerate or get nauseous.
Yeah.
Sure. We'll go either, 6 of one, half dozen of another. It's all right.
All right.
You got it.
Okay. If people wanted to get hold of me and talk about how my wife gets nauseous because of the things that I do, you could email me, guy@mymac.com. I have 2 Twitter accounts. I have MacPettit and I have VertShark. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. If you want to see all of the stuff that I do, audio and video, you can find it over at vertshark.com. If you'd like to see some of the other stuff that I do, there's also the My Mac podcast that I do every weekend with Mr. Gazmaz over there in the UK. And of course, Guy's Daily Drive that I don't do every day, but it's still I do that about once a week now. That's about all I can manage. I just don't get to drive as much as I used to. You can also help by going to YouTube and looking up Vert Shark. That's the channel, and then doing a like, share, subscribe. And if you missed it the first time, like, share, subscribe, and smash that like button. Smash it, smash it. That's all you got to do. If you'd like to help support the things that I do, you can buy me a coffee at coffee.com, ko-fi.com/MacParrot. You can do that Patreon thing. Patreon.com/MacParrot. Or you can PayPal me. You're going to wear that button out. You can PayPal me, paypal.me/MacParrot. That is all the stuff that we have for this evening. I'm sounding more and more like Mr. Magoo as the night goes on. Yeah, Mo Magoo, you've done it again. Yeah, me and Jim Backus, we're like buds. So
dead for years.
Yeah, well, people have been saying that about me too. So, what the hell is that noise? Sounds like a phone. I don't know where it's coming from. That's it. That's all we got for tonight. Thank you all so very, very much for joining us tonight on a very, very odd Mac to the Future Go livecast.
But fun.
It was fun. We really appreciate the fact that you have joined us, and I'm going to stop taking the Mickey out of Warren because he's such a nice guy.
I try.
I'm gonna stop giving you a hard time until next week, and all the gloves are off. Yeah. So, everyone, please. Where is it? Where's our? There? Oh, I couldn't find my closing music. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.